Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today is episode 16 of A Nation United here with the Moscow Superstars. As in today's episode, we're going to be jumping into the 2027-28 season, but we have a bit of bad news. I accidentally forgot to hit record on my PS4. Once again, I did that a lot today in my recordings, funny enough, which this usually doesn't happen too much, so this won't happen too much. But what I'm going to be doing as I've lost my save file, so basically what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing a whole season wrap up, talking about the season with you guys. We'll go month by month and do that all for you guys. So before I jump into that, I'd like to just say sorry, and also if you are new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit that like button as well. As let's jump into today's episode. As you guys already see, we did not make it to the playoffs once again here with the Moscow Superstars. It was definitely not a great way. We didn't do any deals, just to let you guys know. We didn't do any trades. The team is basically the same, you know, no moves have been made. The only thing that we did do during the season, we did call up our team Wisniewski throughout the middle of the season, and he actually did not that bad here for the Moscow Superstars. 10 points in 20 games. He was already doing really well down there in Burnaby, so I was like, might as well call him up and he could play some time here in Moscow. And he actually didn't do too bad throughout the season, and I was actually fairly impressed with how well Wisniewski did here for the Moscow Superstars. Chaika, Puskharevov, this year Chaika and Sergachev had, you know, pretty bad defensive seasons to say the least. Sergachev offensively was great once again this year, also fantastic on the power play this year, which our power play was definitely one of the spotlights in this season. So we're going to kind of go month by month and kind of talk about just about everything that happened throughout this kind of season. It was a really quick season. Like, we started off red hot and then we just kept losing, and we just kept, you know, losing and more losing, and then we started winning a bit, and I was like, oh my lord, and then we started losing a bit, and then it was just up and down throughout most of the season. You guys can see the you know, the canvas here. You can see a lot of the L's. We definitely did not have the season that we have imagined. You know, the Moscow Superstars did not play the way that I thought they were going to play, and it sucked. We just did not end up playing very well. And we got a lot to improve upon. Now, we were thinking about picking up one player, and that was Ivan Provorov at trade deadline, and I decided not to make any deals, which ended up kind of being a bad thing, but at the exact same thing, you know, not a bad thing, because there's a lot of decent prospects in this upcoming draft, and, you know, I would have had to trade away first round pick and probably another prospect of it own, and we already did trade a lot of our prospects when we went up after, you know, Garakovo and also Klim Kostin, trained away Baikov and I think Kulisov as well. So we've dumped off a pretty good amount of prospects, and I definitely don't want to do that very much more. Getting into the stats, though, we, you know, placed bottom in the division. Goals for per game, we sucked. Goals against, we sucked. Our power play was our only probably positive side of our game, as that's where we really were able to score our goals, was on the power play. And our PK definitely was not too great. And Mikhail Michkov had a insane season. 30 goals on the power play this season, 56 goals on the season. Michkov is just lighting it up every single season for the Superstars, and they just none of the players around him can, you know, build it up. And I'm definitely going to be taking a deep look into this team this year and trying to figure out what's the missing link. What is, you know, what is making this team miss the playoffs countless years in a row? And maybe it's defense. Maybe we need to prove upon that. But then we, you know, we tried to do that. Now we're can't score goals, and it's just it seems to be just the lack of talent that seems to be the problem. And especially defensively, we've seen that. We were throughout the season, I was throwing up Viktor Puskharevov alongside Sergachev, and it didn't work. Chaika didn't work at the starting. We tried Garakovo or Gabrikov. He didn't work. Makamandulan, he mostly played around, you know, top 6, top 4. He was playing all around throughout the season. And in goaltending, you know, it was between the both of them, between Nichushkin and Georgiev. And then across the league, we'll take a quick look at that. The entire league, we got Shesterkin leading. Oh my god, a couple of good Russian goalies, of course, leading the league in wins. Definitely not for us, though. We got all the crappy Russian goalies, apparently. And then Trudeau leading the league in rookie goal scoring. Forward-wise, Ken Johnson led the league in forward goal scoring. I think probably led the league in goal scoring as well, with Sebastian Aho and a new hook, with Kachuk and Draisaitl, McDavid and Fleming falling behind. And then defensively, Shea Theodore, Hughes, Dahlin, and Romanov up there as well. So good looking stuff. Did Michkov get enough goals? Probably not. There was a lot of goal scorers this year. So yeah, he plays tied for third alongside of Austin Matthews, with Ken Johnson and Alex Newhook all the way up there. So there you go. There's your Moscow Superstars for this upcoming season, or this past season. I mean, not a bad season for the Moscow Superstars, and especially going into this draft, which honestly looks, you know, not terribly, with Ovechkin and then Migelny being your kind of 1-2, and then Fedorov, who actually doesn't look that bad, with B's and A's across the board, and is only 1 year away, with some pretty good stat attributes that wouldn't be a bad forward for this team, and, you know, makes us a little bit chippier as a grinder. So maybe be a guy that we potentially go after, or maybe trade for a pick. You know, everyone else in the draft, we could potentially get some, you know, other decent players, but there's not a lot of talent to be talked about in this draft, as my camera dies. But there's not a lot of talent to be talked about in this draft. It's definitely not the greatest draft in the world. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it up to here for you guys. Sorry guys that I was not able to show you guys the whole entire episode, which I did record. I was doing it, and then just ended up not recording it at all, which hasn't happened in a while. So sorry guys about that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this quick recap. In the next episode will be a normal one. It will be the full half an hour, maybe even 40 minutes. We'll do a whole off season, and that's going to be the plan in the next episode. Take up free agency day, do the draft day, do all that, get up to the next season. Hopefully be a playoff team, but I'm definitely not betting my money on it. But for right now, guys, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Adios, amigos.